How many times have you tried not to live, but to prove? To prove that you're smart enough, beautiful enough, worthy enough. You studied not because you loved learning, but to earn praise. You worked not from passion, but from fear of being left behind. You smiled even when your heart was breaking, just to seem okay. But today, I'll tell you the one thing no one ever taught you. You have nothing to prove. Not to the world, not to anyone, not even to your past self. From childhood, we were taught, do well, get rewarded, fail, get punished. The more you achieve, the more you're loved. So we grew up tying our worth to external validation. Each gold star, each compliment, each like on social media, they became layers of armor over an insecure soul. You didn't learn to be yourself. You learned to become what others wanted to see. Now we live in a digital theater, a world that never stops performing. Each post is a silent declaration. I'm doing well. I'm happy. I'm worthy. But behind the filtered photos and big smiles, the question lingers. Am I enough, really? You photograph a coffee cup, not because you want to drink it, but because you want someone to like it. You show joy, but hide pain. You think you're living, but really, you're just curating a version of yourself that feels acceptable. Here's what happens when you finally stop trying to prove yourself. You feel lighter. The pressure to perform fades. You breathe easier. You start living authentically. You choose what feels right, not what looks right. You become emotionally stronger. You no longer live for applause or fear judgment. You begin to heal. You stop suppressing your pain to maintain an image and start accepting yourself fully. The people with the deepest souls are often the quietest. They don't brag about how smart they are. They don't need to announce their success. They don't seek to be understood because they already understand themselves. Silence isn't weakness. It's a sign that your roots are deep enough to keep you grounded. Real strength doesn't argue to prove a point. It smiles, stays still, and lets truth speak for itself. Here are some affirmations to anchor your inner freedom. I am enough, even if no one notices. I don't need to prove my worth. I already have it. Let others misunderstand me. My peace matters more. These aren't just comforting words. They're a redefinition of freedom. Freedom from judgment, freedom from expectations, freedom to live slowly, softly, deeply, and still feel complete. Imagine a day when you don't feel the need to tell anyone what you're doing. You don't post every win on Instagram. You don't crave the nods, the hearts, the applause. You just live quietly, intentionally, and freely. No stage, no audience, just peace. How to move from performance to presence. Notice the areas in your life where you're performing. Are you doing it for your soul or for someone else's approval? Embrace your imperfections. You don't need to be flawless to be lovable. You just need to be real. Shift from surface to depth. Nurture real conversations. Create meaningful moments. Choose silence over noise. Know when to walk away, not because you're weak, but because you're strong enough not to beg to be seen. Take this moment to breathe. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Say, I no longer perform. I no longer chase approval. I no longer need to prove. I am enough, just as I am. Repeat it until you believe it. Then open your eyes and begin again, not for validation, but for peace. Final message. One day you'll realize what made you most lovable was never your success, your perfection, or your achievements. It was your realness. The world doesn't need another highlight reel. It needs someone brave enough to be genuine. Someone willing to live unfiltered. Someone who knows they have nothing left to prove.